Hi guys, so today for informational writing, we are going to we're going to start practicing writing introductions. Go to the outline here. So yesterday you guys, we made, I made the subtopics, we made the subtopics together. You guys read the article and you found information and you sorted it into the right subtopics so that all the information about subtopic one, where the honey badger lives, was in subtopic one, and all the information for subtopic two was in subtopic two. But today we're going to focus on the introduction. Now, the introduction is going to be, if should have watched the YouTube video. The introductions are it's our the first part of our writing. It's just like opinion writing when we stated an interesting opinion. The introduction is going to introduce our main topic. And right now, our main topic is our friend the honey badger here. And so how do we introduce the main topic? Because we want to do it in a way that's going to grab our readers' attention and make them want to read all the information we have about the honey badger. So let's just read this real quick. What the introduction as a whole will do as its own paragraph, the introduction it'll introduce the topic with a strong lead sentence that will hook the reader, the audience. It will summarize the subtopics that we're going to talk about in each body paragraph. And it's also going to transition from the introduction into the subtopic one. So don't worry about those last two first. Right now, we're going to focus on this one. Introduce your topic with a strong lead sentence that will hook the reader or the audience. So we want to focus on that hook, that very first sentence of the introduction that's going to grab our reader's attention. So in your Google Classroom, there's going to be this form right here. I'm just going to practice writing a hook. And there's basically three ways we can do this. So got our honey badger here. So we could ask our reader a question, we could state an interesting fact, or we can make a description. So I'm going to show you what these three examples of what those might look like. So if I want to ask my reader a question, well, I got to go to my information that I have about the honey badger. And we got lots of you guys have lots of stuff. I only have subtopic 3 in mind, but I'm going to use something from here. So what information I think is kind of crazy or interesting about the honey badger that will kind of be that'll be like a good kind of a bait to get my reader to come want to learn more about the honey badger. Now I'm reading these, and the honey badger has sharp claws to protect itself. And well, lots of animals have sharp claws. That's not that interesting. The honey badger has a stink gland under its tail, just like a skunk. When the honey badger is afraid, it will drop a stink bomb. That's kind of cool. So I think I might go with that. This one about the skin too could be interesting, but I'm gonna go with the stink bomb. So how could I want to turn that fact, that the fact that the honey badger drops a little stink bomb to scare away predators and bigger animals, I want to turn that into a question. I could say, well, how do I start a question? I could say, did you know? Or I could start with, have you ever heard? So let's go with that second one. Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of an animal that can drop a stink bomb to scare away predators? Have you ever heard of an animal that can drop a stink bomb to scare away predators? So that's one way to ask our readers about. We turn that fact into a question that's a little more interesting for them to read. Now, or we could, besides asking a question, we could also state an interesting fact. So, of course, if we're just stating an interesting fact, we're not going to be starting with "Have you ever heard of?" or "Did you know?" So, if we're just stating an interesting fact, let's think about then we're going to talk about the stink bomb still. So, how about this? I'll start with a kind of kind of plain, boring, more boring, kind of boring one. But then we'll try to make it a little better. There is, how about the honey badger is an animal that can drop a stink bomb. So yeah, I'm stating a fact there, but that's not that interesting, right? The honey badger is an animal that can drop a stink bomb. It sounds just kind of plain. I could make that more. I could use more words, different language to describe it, or to help state my interesting fact. How about the honey badger is an animal that can drop a stink bomb to scare away hyenas, jackals, and even lions. I'm going to go even further. The honey badger is an animal with the power to drop a stink bomb. Honey badger is an animal with the power to drop a stink bomb that is so smelly that it scares away hyenas, jackals, and even lions. So there we go. Then we have a kind of an interesting fact that's going to grab our reader's attention because that'll be the very first sentence of our writing of our introduction. The honey badger is an animal with the power to drop a stink bomb that is so smelly that it scares away hyenas, jackals, and even lions. So, in the last way we could write a hook, make a description. Now, making a description and stating an interesting fact, they're they're kind of they could be close, like they could be similar. They're more similar than asking a question, I think. But even in asking a question, we're kind of asking about one of our facts. But when we're making a description, the biggest difference between this and just stating an interesting fact is that we want to be descriptive. We want to describe the honey badger. We might want to use a lot of adjectives or describing words to talk about, to introduce the honey badger to our reader. So how could I do this? Well, looking at our friend here, the little guy. So I'm gonna try this. I know they're pretty small. I know they're similar to skunks, and they have that power like skunks to drop like stink bombs. I don't know. I think the honey badger's a different. A skunk sprays, and the honey badger actually drops a kind of stink bomb. But so how can I describe that to my reader? Let's try this. So the honey badger. I don't know why that was bold. My bad. The honey badger is an animal the size of a cat, size of a house cat. The honey badger is an animal the size of a house cat that looks like a skunk, but is more vicious. If you remember, they love to fight. The honey badger is an animal the size of a house cat that looks like a skunk, but is more vicious. Actually, I don't know if I want that. With the power to drop stink bomb that smells so bad So the honey badger is an animal the size of a house cat that looks like a skunk. All right, and has the power to drop a stink bomb that smells so bad even lions run away from it. Run away from it. So you see how this one's a little more descriptive than just stating the fact about the stink bomb. In this way, I talk a little bit more about the honey badger. I give my reader more of an image or a picture. I describe the animal more. So give this a shot. I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing your hook sentences for your introductions. And then tomorrow we're actually going to write the introductions. But just for now, we're going to focus on that first part of our outline. We're in the introduction phase, but we're just writing that topic sentence, that hook that's going to get our reader interested. So use my examples to help you come up with your own examples. And you have plenty of facts about the honey badger, plenty of interesting facts about the honey badger that'll help you that will help you fill this out and come up with a question, an interesting fact, or to make a description. And I'm also going to link another video about the honey badger. Actually, I think it might be on this page. No, from the article we read yesterday. But the article we read yesterday is from the San Diego Zoo. But there's a video of the San Diego Zoo, but the honey badger they have there. So I'm going to give you guys that video too. It's going to give you a little more information about him, about the honey badger, and that way you'll be able to just have something more to talk about, so you can actually see one like moving around and stuff. So good luck with this, and I'm looking forward to reading these. All right, I will see you guys soon.